Hi, this is Francisco Bujan from vitalcoaching.com and we are talking about dating a few guys at the same time. This is for women and oh, I forgot my glasses. Here we go. That's much better. Okay. Yeah, dating a few guys at the same time, is this a good idea or not? I mean, if you are a woman and you are out there, you start, falling for a guy a little bit, and at the same time there is another one that you think might be interesting as well. Is it a good idea to stay in touch with both, to date them both? What do you do with that? I mean, that's a very important question. Do you have to choose for one as soon as you start going on a date with one or the other? And I want to give you some tips on this situation and what to do with it. What is the right choice? What works really best? My advice is actually quite simple. As long as you're not committed with somebody, as long as it doesn't become a serious relationship, it's okay to keep your options open and date a few guys at the same time. For instance, if you go online and you start interacting with, a few people, a few men, you have all these profiles, and it's quite natural to send messages to many men. It would be a mistake even to focus just on one guy if you don't know what his response is going to be, because it creates an emotional commitment, and that's the last thing you want. You don't want to commit yourself emotionally to somebody before it's clear that he feels the same towards you and that he wants to be in a committed relationship with you. The moment you give too much without receiving back enough, that's the moment where you get hurt with dating. So the ideal is to keep your options open, and yes, it's a very good idea to date casually, lightly, a few guys at the same time. It can be 2 or 3, that really works. Why? Because if one of them is not really into you that much, then you always have other options open. The moment where you get hurt really in dating is the moment you start really giving your life, being exclusive with somebody, when in fact you don't know what he's going to do. He might be dating somebody else, he might be still be with his ex, involved with his ex, or he might have somebody else in mind, and you are going to invest yourself into somebody without him responding back to you to the same extent. And that's very tricky because, it creates an emotional imbalance. So if you start dating a few guys at the same time, what do you do? How do you deal with that? Well, the first thing to realize is that during that time, you're still within a casual or light dating phase. And during that time, I would recommend, encourage you not to engage into having sex, having intercourse during that time, because this creates a very different level of commitment. And also, it's not that safe nowadays as well to have too many casual sex partners as well. So you keep your options open, you date lightly a few guys at the same time. It doesn't mean that you have to share absolutely everything with all of them. You don't have to, tell your whole love life stories. You can keep some mystery into your activities or dating activities. Guys don't have to know absolutely everything about your life. Maybe they are not unveiling themselves everything. Maybe they are, they have a light crush on somebody at work that they are not talking about, or maybe they are still, kind of seeing their ex in a casual way, or maybe they have somebody else in mind, and they are not maybe going to tell you the whole story about that. So it's very important for you to realize that in the beginning, in the early stages, without lying, you don't have to unveil absolutely your whole life. This is a testing period where you learn to know each other, and especially with online dating, it's very important that you don't commit yourself emotionally to just one person. Don't become exclusive in the early stages, because you can really get hurt. You have a crush on somebody, and then there is not the response you were expecting, and this really can be tough. You might give up on dating altogether because this happens, because it feels like a tough rejection. So the idea is really to keep your options open and have access to more than one guy at the same time. You can really communicate in the right way. And once you start feeling that there is that your love is reciprocated, that he actually feels the same, then you start committing yourself a little bit more to him as well. And this really works. And usually this will happen almost instantly if you have a mutual crush, but otherwise it might happen after a few dates, a few weeks, or even a couple of months dating. Okay, I hope this makes sense. You take care and have a great day. Bye bye.